There, welcome to another edition of the Akashic Portal Weekly. We're looking at May 25th through the 31st. We're in the final week of May 2020. So much is happening, so much intensity building within us to work through whatever it is we need to work through so we can find the kind of bottom of the energy of where we begin to recognize our own truth. I'm Jen Duchene of JenDuchene.com. I'm using the Illuminating Journey cards. The booklet is upside down that I created with the help of the Akashic records. So these cards are pretty powerful. And I've already asked the question, what do we need to know for this week? And the first card, the 19. I know this card has come up a few times before, but I find it very interesting that it's a 19 for the final week. 19 as the numbers 1 and 9, so the first root number, the last root number, and 1 and 9 make 10, which makes a 1. And June, we move into June, it's a 10 universal year, a month, 10 universal month. And here we have the 1. And I know we had it last week because I remember talking about taking what is true for you and kind of rising above the energy of what has kept you stuck, what has made you feel like it was impossible to get out of whatever was trapping you. And this card is really sharing this idea that we have the impetus, we have the bounce to move up and out, above the stories, above whatever has captured our attention, has held us fascinated for so long, held us kind of looking down or looking at things that made us feel captive in some sense. We're definitely entering this phase of being connected to our sense of liberty. And what I get when I look at this card is there's an energy of enthusiasm or excitement, being able to bounce up and out, using whatever it is that we have been stuck in to kind of propel us out of that energy into a new field, into a new vibration. So it's almost like this tree of life here is like a pogo stick that's pushing us up and out, and we're seeing a different view. You see this figure who's jumped out of the arena into looking around at a much higher level, much more of a recognition. I'm here, this is who I am, what is around me. And we have the glass dome, where there's a new moon, and the figures at the table, this sense of sacredness with the earth, sacredness with our duty, connection here to the Holy Grail, the energy, the female energy, the energy of creativity and intuition, just splashing over into our field, electrifying us with the idea that in new times we see with new eyes. And this is kind of what I feel when I look at this card, is this, we're entering a time where it is essential that we see with new eyes, that we recognize the sacredness of what is being created as a message. I almost feel like this energy here is almost like there's a stone message that's here to propel us forward, to give us the foundation to move forward. And there's bridge, there's all of this stuff going on that is about creating connection to what is divine, what is earthly, what is sacred within us, and feels very rich. And it's kind of like we have to take that energy of going on an adventure. Like, this is where we are, this is what we want to do. And we're excited and joyful about it. Doesn't feel draggy. And if it does, then there's something we need to clear. The second card is the 33. So very interesting. We go from the 19 to the 33, which is 6. The double 3 is the Christ conscious number. the energy of the Christ energy, which is this very sacred energy that has been with us for a long time, and certain beings have tapped into to share with us. That is the 33 vertebrae in our spine, to help us stand up, stand tall in this idea of leaping forth. Here I am, the gladiator of my own life. So it isn't a sense of killing others or damaging others. It's much more a sense of freedom, like the vivaciousness that happens when you realize anything is available. What am I going to do? And then we come into this energy, the 33, which kind of has this very strong energy of this vibration, circular vibration around us, like we're in a portal and we're drawing in the things that we desire, and we're juggling what is available to us, deciding. So again, it's a continuation of this sense of wonderment, of joy, of being in the game. Like, what do I want? What do I need to know? And it's the same thing, kind of looking in wonder around the world, at everything that's available and possible. And what is it that I'm going to be in wonder about? What am I going to be curious about? What am I going to nurture and play with and kind of bounce? So again, I never realized this before, it was so interesting. Both these cards have an energy of gamemanship around it, playing the game, releasing the old game, getting into this place of being able to balance the balls, juggle with what is, look at the beauty around us and choose what feels amazing, because it's all there. Everything is within our grasp or within our field. And so understanding how to balance what's available with who we are and what action. So this isn't an action of greed where we just gather, well, oh, look at all this stuff, I'm just going to take it and, gather it into my home. This is more a sense of, must mean something. This is more the sense of, this is where I am. How do I play this game? How do I juggle the balls that delight me, that are part of my path going forward, that allow me to expand into this greater energy? And then the third and final card, so this week we got all portals, is the 8. And these are all cards that have shown up before. So I find it fascinating that these 3 are showing up in this way, right? So now we go 8. So we had the 19, which adds up to a 1, right? Very green and open. Then there's the 33, which is a 6. And that sense of finding balance within ourselves, from the internal to the external, really looking at what is ours to work with, to kind of create with, to go deeper with, to seek knowledge from, to have a relationship with. And there's that sense again of openness, of wonder. What am I choosing to juggle with and play with and be in relationship with? And then we have the 8, which is, again, has a sense of playfulness. If you look at it from that point of view, there are 8 apples in the air. You think about apples as being this kind of fruit of knowledge, the juiciness of life, the exploration, the potential, the figures moving away from something powerful. So like a download, the electric storm, the energy of knowledge, and moving into the planes of activity, where it is necessary that we put our knowledge into practice. And there's this sense of determination, but also a sense of playfulness in that deeper sense of what play is, which is shifting the balance between relationships and shifting the balance between being controlled and controlling, right? And finding that beautiful fluidity of being exactly in the right time, in the right place. And then we have the kind of the all-seeing eye, the knowledge of what is available, the recognition, again, very earthy and yet very fruitful, very much connected to divine recognition. And in fact, all of these cards have that same sense of earthiness or being grounded in a very sacred way, taking knowledge of the divine and bringing it into human form, into earthly form. So dissolving and evolving, kind of creating a new sense of purpose. It also feels like each of these figures is very much focused on the expression of self, like the realization of how important you are in the equation of your life, like how you feel, how you react, what you're looking at, where you're going, right? Leaping out, this is the tunnel of wonder, and then here, on your journey, where are you going? What are you focused on? What are you intending to create? Feels like a very powerful message, a reminder of the strength of who you are. And I don't mean the strength of like, I'm strong, I can stand here and suffer, but the strength of being able to flow into something new, to create something from who you are, from the knowledge that you've been given, like this key to kind of leap up. You've learned everything you need to learn. Now you're leaving. You're entering the space of the tunnel of all things are possible. So what do I choose from this tunnel of life? What are the things from the ethers and from the earth that are speaking to me, calling me, kind of activating my curiosity and my sense of wonder? What do I want to play with and articulate and experiment with? And then this third level of now I've gone through those phases and now I'm on the plains. You know, I'm leaving behind what I have been given, that build up. So I'm free to fly. I've made my choices and I'm walking towards that. I'm feeling the strength. I'm feeling the connection, the kind of divine alliteration between myself and the earth, that movement that happens. It's so grounded and so present, so real. Like the reality of who we are beyond just our thoughts or what we do out in the world or our possessions, but this really big sense of self that wants to be expressed and be heard and come to life at this time. So that's this week's reading. I would love to hear what you see or felt or thought when you heard the reading or saw the cards. And let me know in a comment. And if you want to buy your own cards, they're available on my website, jenduchene.com. If you're interested in talking to me about a reading or what I do, the Akashic Records or numerology or any of those things, you can always reach out. All the information is below. Like and subscribe if you want more of these videos. Let's get connected, not just to each other, but to our souls, to our truth, to the journeys we're traveling on, so that we may support each other in big and small ways. Just knowing we're doing this together is so powerful. Till next time.